I think like 2017 was such a bizarre year for me because I was really teaching myself to detach. And if someone complimented something from me, I just used to give it to them. Like if you said you liked my watch, I'd take it off and give it to you.
Serious?
Yeah. The whole year, that was my thing.
I had my cars repossessed, bro. And they were repossessed the Aston Martin was repossessed in exactly 7 minutes. From the guy when he drove into the States gate to tying it up into his towing vehicle. It took him 7 minutes. I had my Range Rover taken in 11 minutes. I had my Porsche taken in...
You know what's so crazy? No, cause my brain works in visuals, right? So were you timing these niggas?
Yeah, bro.
It was one of those TV shows with talking heads, and then you talk shit about the career. It's just like your head is there, and then they talk and they were talking about TKZ. I just couldn't do it, bro. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna slander TKZ. Like, even
Bro,
jokingly.
slandering TKZ? But what you got, boy? AUK.
No, I when in that Osama Manga.
Got some boerewors, got some lamb, got some beef, got wings, 2 ways, garlic and herb and lemon pepper, got some pap on the side, some shatini.
Have you had pap before?
Delicious. Delicious.
We're going heavy with the branding. It's Mzake's Kitchen. We are definitely launching on Uber Eats starting from Easter weekend. And we're also currently speaking to the Swiper guys and the Spaza Eats guys for the Alex community. Kaslame Tembisa Swiper, Alex Gyoba is Spaza Eats. And we are starting in Johannesburg on Uber Eats as Mzake's Kitchen. Beautiful, beautiful menu. Check it out. Let us know if you love it. We've got kotas in there. We've got umleko, nyama entloko. We've got vors. We've got wings. We've got cheese, man. Just check out our menu. And when you do get your deliveries, just film yourself a short video or maybe just take some images under the hashtag Mzake's Kitchen and post it on all your social media platforms. You might never know. You might just be one of those people that we get to give some good prizes. Now, today it's a legendary episode. If you're not a legend, you're not allowed in studio today. I'm a legend, he's a legend, and he's here. He goes by the name LOYISO GOLA. He's no stranger to your television screens and has been a part of your family for all these years. And he's here today.
Oh man, I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here, bro.
I'm really excited to be here. I do occasionally catch your pod, but I was talking to you offline now, and I was talking about like I was late for an interview on why. And I don't know if you remember what you said.
For my radio show?
Yeah, we would do it, for your radio show. And
Jeez, bro, that's over 15 years ago.
Yeah, even longer, I would say. And
maybe
you
20?
would say, yeah, close to 20. And it's when you were doing breakfast.
Yeah.
So it was 05 maybe?
Sure, bro, yeah, around there.
Yeah, so I get
07,
there and I'm
05.
late, you know. I think it's not crazy late, but I'm late. And you're like, Doug, are you crazy? Like, Coca-Cola pays like 50 grand for a 30-second read, right? I'm going to give you an hour. You know what I mean? And you
Is
said,
that how I put it?
Yeah, and you said, I'm going to have you on my show for an hour. What do you mean, dog? Why would you be late for that? People pay prime time for this thing. Stop playing around, dog. And I was like, I never thought of it like that. Because I know like brands pay hectic money to be visible, like at the time with YFM and connect with the youth. And you were like, come to my show for an hour. And I was like, yeah. And I was dragging my feet and you just made me like, yo, just take this thing seriously. I was taking it seriously. I just didn't attach that much value to interviews in that way.
You.
Yeah.
And it's still the same. Now they even pay more.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, they pay more. 30-second spot during Generations peak prime time, I think maybe 10 years ago when Generations was at its biggest in the country. Now I think it's Skim Sam or whatever programming is on there. No less than 100,000 for a 30-second spot.
Yeah, that's crazy. And they'll have so it's
I think maybe 200,000 if I'm not mistaken.
Is that
but
the biggest show though?
The biggest show is Generation Slot. I don't know now, but at some point it used to be the 7 o'clock news and the Generation Slot.
That's wild. 7 o'clock news used to It's like if you grew up in a Nguni household, 7 o'clock was the worst time. It doesn't matter what's playing on other channels. Your parents want to watch the news. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, and they control the remote.
And they just grab that shit. It's my house. They don't give a shit. And so 7 o'clock news. I believe that one. If you say everyone was watching that, I believe, because in my household, my folks were not letting me fucking watch anything at 7. And we didn't have 2 TVs. We didn't have open time, so it was like for fuck's sake. What's it? Dawson's Creek is playing on the other side. Now I'm gonna be at school, and the kids, and now they're discussing the episode, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck. My parents were watching Mango Sudbutelezi make an incoherent speech. It's quite interesting, yeah. So thanks for having me, is what I'm saying.
You're the first guest, my man, that sits like this. Your knees can't fit under
My
the
knees
table.
can't fit. It's crazy. Like I'd go to dinner, some restaurants I can't like fit into like. So flying is hard. Like some clients are like, "Oh, we can't fly your business." I said, I'm not trying to be difficult, bro. Like, look at me. You know what I mean? So I do tall people thing. I fly business, and I need to check if I can fit in the thing if I go to a restaurant. Otherwise, I'll sit weird. Like you'll find me just sitting like this, and you think, my knees literally can't.
They can't fit.
Yeah.
And what about the bed?
The bed is cool. I mean, the bed is. I've never had an issue with beds.
So what do you use? King size, queen?
Queen double, I think.
Queen double.
I actually know this because I had to buy new sheets recently. So I looked at the thing, it was queen double, yeah.
So I was laying in your lap.
I don't think I sleep like that. I think Lala crouched up. Yeah, not Okap, so I crouch, like in the feet.
So you spoon your woman.
You assumed it's a woman.
Hey,
that's an assumption. Don't make that assumption. The youth are looking at you, Smoother.
Hey,
going,
my man.
Why are you assuming it's a woman? But yeah, I sleep in a spooning sort of way. But I've never had issues with beds. Single beds are horrible, just generally though.
Yeah,
I think. But a double queen, I'm good.
You went on to do well, bro. Congrats on your international career.
I mean, you know what the thing about careers, I think they just like very lonely. Careers are very lonely things. Even if you even if you play because you make all these decisions and you're surrounded by so many people, but you still have to live with whatever career decision you make. You know this, right? I don't have, I'm decided this. It's not like so so when people ask me about my career, sometimes it's so like difficult to explain it to the point that I understand it. But I understand how, people could see me as this thing of a career. But in my mind, I feel like certain frustrations. I'm like, does that make sense? Am I making sense to you?
You're making sense, but then again, I'd like to think, geez, it's a very brave move to just up and leave and decide I'm going to go build my brand internationally as a South African comic. I know there's a few guys who've done that successfully who are from here, different facets of the entertainment industry. But I mean, how did you do it? Did you find an agent, an international agent, or?
I found an agent, and they were in the UK at the time, and we worked, man. I think that those people worked me like, would have been to places where I'm like, where the fuck am I, man? I'm in like Estonia. I didn't even know this place, and I'm there doing so. I think from about 2014 to about 2016, all I did was just like tour Europe, and because those people were based in the UK, they just made me do so much European stuff, and for me it was just the agent really. I think also like I also wanted to grow. Like America is cool, and I still want to pursue an American idea, but I did feel at the time that the UK had more to offer in terms of getting better. As for me, getting better as a stand-up. You know what I mean? I still thought like, oh, America's still a mammoth task. But I thought if I spend 2 years in the UK, by the time I get to America, I'll be I'll be ready. I didn't think I was ready to like really just jump into America. I think I thought I was giving myself 2 years in the UK. And in the UK, I wanted, all I wanted to be was when you have a lineup of acts.
Yeah.
My goal was to, at the end of my tenure here, I should be an undeniable headliner, which is a crazy thing, where it's like, oh no, he's definitely closing the show. Like when I'm in a room, they're like, oh no. So that was my goal. And it was supposed to be for 2 years. I probably did it in like 4. You know what I mean? I was like, in 4 years of being there, I would get to a place and they'll book me as a headline act. So I kind of accomplished that. But then as a human being, you want more, you want more, you want more, you want more. And then you have to try to design this more. What does this more look like? But what I originally wanted to accomplish in the UK was just that. And I did. Now I got to find another quest. But there's other stuff that I don't really talk about that made me not pursue the UK. But that one I can discuss with you off air because it's very personal.
No, not pursue the US.
Not necessarily. Just this. Not pursue the US, but just not pursue
At that time.
Now or even like the last couple of
Is it,
years.
bro?
Yeah. But if you want to talk off air, but it's not public. It's not public stuff.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
And how difficult was it to break into the UK market with your brand of comedy?
It was. I mean, it took a while. The UK is like massively crowded. Like there's a lot of acts from all over the world just trying to get in because once they like you there, you can sell a lot of tickets. So a lot of people are trying to get in there. The open mic circuit is packed, bro. I remember I did open mics I spent so much money to get to the UK, and this happened for 2 years without getting a paid gig. I'll just be open micing it. Just open micing it. Just like go to festivals, open mic it. I remember like 2010. I went to like Edinburgh Fest. Like I just open mics everywhere. I remember there was I won't mention the person's name because it's almost irrelevant to the story. But this person had probably the biggest song in South Africa at the time, and I said, if you ever want an international career, this is the time, and you gotta leave now. And his reply to me was like, yeah, but I'll start over. But I'm like, yeah, but you'll start over with like maybe 10 bar in your bank account, which is not starting over really, or whatever the case is. So he kind of missed that. Now he's like he's doing his thing. He's doing his thing in other things, but I'm like, you could have been like an actor of the world. And I really thought the dude could be an actor of the world. But people don't, it's an ego thing, because you kind of have to let go of your ego. Here, wherever you go, people know you. There, it's like no one cares. It's like whatever, bro. Stand in the line, sign up, get into the open mic session. So if you can get over that, then you can do a lot.
Because what I find, especially in the beginning, what Coffee would tell me, early days was, and also I've also heard Trevor's story and a whole lot of other people that have broken into the international space, as you're saying also now, is that you got to be willing to do that for like a year or two, might be a little bit longer. But if I'm an act that is killing it here at home, I'm thinking of the gigs that I'm missing out every weekend here at home. Probably find that in a month I can make 2, 3, 4, 500,000 rands. If I'm away for 3 months, I'm like losing 3 meters, bro.
Yeah,
Maybe that's how the guys think as well.
Absolutely. But over and above that is ego. It's like it is the most, it's like you have to really, really detach from your status, which is it's a very hard, that's why presidents latch on to power.
To power, yes.
You can't.
You have to let it go.
You have to let it go. I came here in a bicycle, bro. I walked, because you have to detach consistently, teach yourself to detach from your status. Otherwise, it will own you. You know what I mean? That's why when dudes will tell you how many Grammys you won, you're like, bro, that was 15 years ago. It's okay. Do other things. Sell quotas now. Move on, bro. Like
I'm selling quotas, bro.
You know what I mean? Like do other things. But once you like really attach yourself to like specific things, and those things mean so much to you that they're part of your definition. It could be as stupid as hair, bro. Like a dude, he's such a big part of his personality is hair, how he gets girls, how he gets employed, how he navigates the world. And then he balls at 45. He is lost now. Even like how athletes who are like, yo, I've been playing pro since, like I've been an athlete since I'm 8. Now I'm retired at like 38. I don't know what to do with myself, my soul, So I try to always like keep like fluid. Like I'm not good. It's fine. It's just a career.
Psychologically,
what do you mean?
how was it? Like getting used to detaching.
I'm still detaching. I'm constantly detaching.
You were telling me that you don't drive.
I don't drive. I mean, that's got nothing to do with that. I've never driven.
I'm sure it does.
No, I mean, slightly. But remember, I was disinterested in driving when my friends were learning when I was 16. I didn't compute things the way I'm computing them now.
Okay.
But even like, I think like cars and, I mean, I get people who like cars but what happens is the idea of the kind of car you drive is, you know, it's status, it's status vibes, you know, and you feel less as a human being if you don't have a specific level of car. And I'm like, yo, bro, what are you talking about?
I mean, I don't now. I used to.
Yeah.
Now I'm sort of like you.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, yo, it doesn't matter. It really, and I think really people need to tap into who they really are, and who they really are is attached to is Dugo Zabo. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, yo, who are you really? What are your people dope at? Continue that. And you'll find that there's like, you know, it's like, you know, a guy will tell you, I'm Mbinga, or whatever the surname is, and that's his status in life. Do you understand what I'm saying? I mean, I'm Tim Cool or whatever. And then he's like, but the way he says it, the equivalent of that in Joburg, a dude is telling you that he's just this career and he drives this. But then in his surname alone, he's at peace. It's like, yo, you know who I'm working with? Are you crazy? It's a totally different thing. It's a totally different mindset. So for me, I'm like in this like idea of trying to always like, I think like 2017 was such a bizarre year for me because I was really teaching myself to detach. And if someone complimented something from me, I just used to give it to them. Like if you said you liked my watch, I'll take it off and give it to you.
Serious?
Yeah. The whole year, that was my thing. I was like, I remember I was in Melville and I was a bunch of friends, and then this girl said like, oh, I love this. I was wearing a Navy Stussy t-shirt, and one of the waiters said she likes it. Then I just took it off, folded it nicely, and then gave it to her. And she's like, no, you don't have to. I'm like, just take it. Just take the thing. And it was like, there's another friend of mine. He liked my watch. I bought, and then he just, because I was just like, don't be attached to these things. Just let them just be always, just let it go. Doesn't mean anything, really. In the bigger scheme of things, doesn't mean nothing.
Sure, bro. I was forced to, you know, I had my cars repossessed, bro. And they were repossessed the Aston Martin was repossessed in exactly 7 minutes. From the guy when he drove into the States gate to tying it up into his towing vehicle. That took him 7 minutes. I had my Range Rover taken in 11 minutes. I had my Porsche taken in...
You know what's so crazy? No, 'cause my brain works in visuals, right? So were you timing these niggas?
Yeah, bro, because like, you know, I'm attached to these things.
Oh, yeah.
And the way the guy is even speaking to me, he's busy. Like he doesn't even stop to address me.
Yeah.
You know, and it hurt me, bro. It hurt me, bro. And I was so attached to these material things at the time. This is me then, right? This is now over what, like more than 10 years ago? Yeah, man, and then you go start over. I moved into a small apartment in Joburg CBD, and then I would bump into vet students at the lift, in the lift. I'll do just move and now,
Yeah, yeah.
you know. It wasn't easy, bro. It messed with me psychologically, right? So, kancane, 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 it's months, it's a year, it's 2 years, and then you learn to be at peace with your new life. And then as that is happening, now I'm getting older, now I'm growing. And as things stabilize and your life starts getting better 2, 3, 4 years later, you're then mentally a different human. That even your spending habits have changed. Even the things that you valued then are not the things you value now. And you look at life differently. Like I'm sure now even yourself, you were just telling me you just turned 40. How you look at life is different from how you did back then. And as you get older, for some reason, I just evolved into this person that I've become. A lot of people will make fun of you. You know, a lot of people would not understand you, especially if you're in the public eye. But I would say it's the most freest I have ever been in my life.
But no, I
Just living the way I live now, like I'm detached to material things.
yeah.
And even though one is building, wealth, generational wealth, it's not even for me. I understand and I'm intentional about it, but I know it's for the future, bro. For me right now, like I couldn't care less. I wear I don't even wear any branded clothes. If it's branded, it's local. Like I just don't care, bro. But I look after myself, but I'm so detached to the material world, and it's such a freeing feeling.
No, I get it. I get that. I just, man, it's yeah, I get it. 100%. I still like fly things though. I mean, Jordans but I thrift a lot. It's crazy. I thrift. I went to news. Dog, I'm there all the time. I just enjoy it though. I enjoy finding like a YSL shirt from Etunus. And that for $5. Like the other day, it's so funny. I was at what you call it, Black Coffee at a 50th, and I was someone's +1. Kakiso calls me like literally 2 hours before. He's like, "Yo, bro, I've got a +1. Black Coffee's 50th." I said, "I'm about to go play footy or something." He's like, "Just come." And I put on a suit. So in the comment, like the other day, 3 people, they're like, "Yo, that suit, it fits you so well."
Unamang.
Dog, come on. Ngithole Tunusi suit for like 150.
I think I like that picture. With
Yeah,
you
I
in a
think you.
suit.
Yeah,
I'm one of the people that liked
Ngithole
it.
Tunusa for 150. Dog, what are you talking about? And it's so crazy. And how I got it, my nephew, it was his matric dance, and he left it last minute, and I kept asking him throughout the whole year, yo, what you gonna what's your plan? What are we trying to do? No, I'm not going. Hey, I'm not going. I'm all about 3 days before. He's like, okay, I'm ready to make a suit. I said, it's pan ganjalo. You have to tailor this thing. Where you gonna find? You know what I mean? You have to find material. Blah blah blah. It's a process. That's why I asked you. So anyway, I said, okay, cool. Let's try a hustle a suit. So we go like plaza, whatever. We end up at Tunus. I'm looking for a suit for him. And I'm like, no, but this one is going home with me.
Yeah.
And no, but he ended up where we found a suit. He ended up wearing one of my suits, one of my like tailored suits. He's like the same height as me, but that suit I found in Tunus, But when I rock it, you can't. I would say now 40% of my wardrobe is thrifted, recycled. Like
Interesting.
I just but I also do sometimes buy like really stupidly expensive things, and I enjoy that, but I'm not attached to it. I think that's the big thing. You can do whatever, but don't get too attached to ideas.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to let go of like ideas. And the thing is, sometimes even with comedy, like there's a joke, it kills so much, but you gotta let it go at some point. You gotta be like, I'm not doing that anymore. It's like creating new work, like making an album. You gotta move on. You have to move, and sometimes your audience won't allow you to move on to your next thing. They're like,
They'll tell you we missed the old Kanye.
You know what I mean? You're like, he's offside. He's moved on to so I think people, even with podcasting, I go, I don't think you've thought of this fame that you're accumulating. You know what I mean? You haven't thought about it. Like, you haven't thought. You can't build a career on talking about other people's careers. That's not a career to me. That's crazy. Because you don't know a career. A career is a tough thing, bro. Careers are tough. Now, if you could...
But isn't it the same in stand-up as well? Well, you're speaking about world issues. You're speaking about other people.
There's a context of... We're trying to accomplish... stand-up is like, I have a point of view that's going to lead to laughter. Sometimes people are just malicious, man. Like, it's like... How do I explain? With stand-up, generally, we're talking about, we're sort of like punching up. Like, we're punching like up. We're going, yo, the president, or this person. That's a head of state. That person has autonomy and power, and you know what I'm saying? But when you're podcast, like, Buddha, imagine like a 18-year-old talking about your career. Like, he's reviewing your, he's like, you like my brother. Like, what are you talking about? You don't know this thing.
You've not even lived it long enough.
You do not know this thing that dude, I saw a dude in a podcast saying Ronaldinho is overrated. I said, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. So I just find it hard, like, to listen to a lot of these things where you're like, brother, come on, man. I remember there was a show, like, it was one of those TV shows with talking heads, and then you talk shit about the career. It's just that your head is there, and then they were talking about TKZ. I just couldn't do it, bro. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna slander TKZ. Like, even joking,
slandering TKZ.
Not even like slandering, but it's like the format of like. Number one groups that fell off. I was like, what are you?
Bro,
that kind of vibe.
What are you talking about?
I was like, I could, like, you know, when you're going, like, no, you don't.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You don't get to talk about TKZ.
Yeah.
Bro. You don't get to, like, just utter. About TKZ.
Do you know
talking about
TKZ, bro?
You know what I mean? So which is what I feel every time I engage podcasts. Like, dudes are, and I get like why Reason would get upset about it. I get it, because you're sitting at home, you're like, oh, it's I'm chilling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the other day I called Reason, and I said going from, I said, I hear you, dog. I'm on your side, né? But going from a rap musician to a piano musician, that's a downgrade.
No, it's not. Piano is global, bro.
No, I was fucking with him.
No, I know. Did he take it personal?
No, he laughed and we just kept it moving. But it's like it's a weird one, man. I'm like, yo, bro, careers are these lonely things, and these things that you wrestle with sometimes many years, 10, 20, 50 years, from fine artists to all kinds of careers. You don't get to speak on that sometimes, bro. But it's also different. You know why it's different? Like, back in the day, you'd have Bona magazine.
Magazine.
Yeah, and some magazines, like this establishment.
Yeah.
And when you drive past, it's this building. But now it's like, no, it's this guy.
Yeah.
This guy said it.
Yeah.
And it's easier to take it personally. And I don't think these people get that. You don't get to, like, speak like that on issues. But back to my original points, I think, like, people are not really, like, thinking about the implications of fame sometimes.
Consequences.
Yeah. It's like, yo, this thing is a monster.
Yeah,
and you have to tame it constantly.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky because I was 19 on the Monate show, so I kind of like grew. People around me, I just kind of know what's going on, and okay, this is how this works. And I grew up around it in that way. I was a teenager. By the time I'm like 40, I'm like, oh, okay, I get.
Monate, you guys were the in-living color of Mzansi.
I was mad.
Because all of y'all went on to have successful solo careers.
Yeah. It was really...
That was an incredible show, bro.
It was mad, bro. It was also the same time that you guys were
Yeah,
were on
in
a run.
doing our music
It
thing,
was,
yeah.
and so this is what's interesting to me. I was so knee deep in like that scene of you guys. You wouldn't because remember Tsepo had that song with Cleo, the happy
Oh,
birthday
yeah,
song. So
Siyaswima.
yeah, so he
Spike
would
Horse,
say and that happy
delicious.
birthday song, and he would just be like you guys would be on the road. You wouldn't even see us because we'd open like at 3. You guys would probably come on, and I would just be rolling with Tsepo, or just be like, yeah. So that time. And the Pure Monate time was exactly the same time. And at that time, I was in absolute awe of what you guys were doing. And I think that we don't give ourselves enough credit as South Africans that we create so many sounds. We create, dude, like piano, gqom, kwaito, fucking
Afrotech, 3-step, bro.
brother. And these sounds like, they all like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's so crazy. But the first time I was like, oh, I've never heard anything like this in my life was with Cleo. Cleo was, at the time there was no internet, but Cleo could have like been on Timberland level of like production, like because he was, dude, like wherever you went in the world, you would have never heard a sound like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like, and I think musically nobody touches us.
You know, I totally agree with you. You look at Maporisa, he's the same like Cleo. Cleo would excel in creating some hip-hop music, creating kwaito, getting on the mic, creating clean house, classic, amazing type of sounding house music. And then he'd go and create something, we'd call it dust. That would be like a banger in the hood.
Right.
Right? And then Cleo would move into a kwaito.
Those songs with whistles and shit.
Bro.
I know
Cleo,
exactly.
bro.
No, Cleo.
Yo.
I remember this one time, it's a crazy story. I've never told this story, but when they were recording the Spike Horse album and Spike Horse,
Were you there?
I'd be there for some of the sessions,
Okay.
but Cleo was like you must remember Cleo's like top producer, and me and Tsepo, we finished partying, and then it's like maybe like 12.
And Cleo doesn't drink alcohol.
He's at home in like, I don't know where he stays now, but he's like, bro, like it's like an hour drive to get to this guy. Tsepo calls him and says, he wants to record. Cleo's like, I'm at home. You can hear that Cleo doesn't. I'm Cleo, bro. I've got 10 hits on radio playing. You guys are doing some parody nonsense. Pie's like, come on, man, let me come. You come, we drive, but we get there. Cleo's like, I won't start recording until he gives us a shopping list to go get at the garage. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, yo, fuck this guy, bro. But the next time Tsepo was like, yo, let's go record. I was like, nah, man, Cleo, I could see this guy doesn't. He was just like, I have to do this thing because we're on the same label. But I don't think he was like, that's my personal view. But it was a great time. I remember, this is so crazy. I remember when I was in high school, so I went on tour. Like, so on the weekends I'd be in school, and then like during the weekend I'd be on the road with Glenn, DJ Drama, Makari, and there was another comedian called Corey Miller, called himself Zooman. I don't know why you call yourself Zooman.
I remember Zooman.
You remember Zooman, yeah. And we'd go like on the weekends, and you can remember Glenn, Drive Time Glenn on Metro.
Yeah.
Well, it
was huge.
Huge, bro. And I'd never seen that level of stardom but I'm in high school, dog. I'm like 18 years old. And we do comedy. Me, Stuart Taylor would do comedy and in the club, and then Glenn would play in like the evening. So what was interesting to me at the time, the way music moved, the A&Rs and the labels would but the labels would send the music to the DJs to listen to and choose singles and all that kind of stuff and what they're gonna play. And I remember listening to Kabelo's album before it came out. Yeah, because Glenn had it, and I'm driving with Glenn, and he's like, yo, I'm fighting with this guy, he wants this one. I'm like, nah. I'm like, this is.
Little did you know this thing is about to blow up the whole country, bro.
Thing fucking came out and smashed
Pantsula
everything,
for life.
all that shit, bro.
That album, bro.
I remember listening, and I'm also like, but you must think about it this way. There's no social media, so I can't take a picture with.
So
them.
you can't tell the world.
I can't tell my friends. I go to school, I was like, yo, I was with Claire. They're like, get the fuck out.
Get the hell out of here, yeah.
Because you. I'm like, no, I do stand up. And then the kids are like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I'd be like, when I was younger, I'd be there hanging out with Fetcho. And remember, then you're like,
Fetcho
yo.
was huge.
Massive, bro. And then they would say, like, I'm like, yeah, then Fetcho. Then it's just like, then my friends are like, Lloyd, stop it. I'm sure there's people from my high school who are like, yo, that dude was a liar. Because I just would be hanging out with these people on the weekend doing shows and just, being around them. And, no one in high school believed that I knew these people.
Until you blew up.
Yeah. Until
was it a difficult sell, though, Monate to the SABC? Because remember the culture at that time.
No,
it was not allowing.
I think Kagiso, that's a Kagiso gig because when I left high school, the Pure Monate 6 months later started.
Oh.
So for me it was just like I just went into it.
So your career took off immediately.
Not necessarily. No, it took a while. I mean, to be honest, my career really took off after Late Night News. Before then, I was kind of
there was Late Night News.
Yeah, because before then it was like I was working. I would get into things, and I actually pitched Late Night News thinking that because I was getting to what was happening is I was being asked to host. Like they'll say, "Can you host? Come dine with me," whatever the case it is. Like all these shows. Remember, there was a time they were licensing a lot of these shows, Mnet, and they would ask me, "You keen to host this?" And I was like, "Well, I don't want to host." And then the one was Idols. They were like, "You want to host Idols?" And luckily for me, I had been friends with Colin Moss.
I remember Colin Moss. He was the original Ryan Seacrest.
Yeah. So we used to do stand up together in Cape Town, and he used to tell me how grueling the schedule of Idols was. And I remember even at that age, I was like, "This is too insane."
Wow, bro! You didn't take the Idols gig.
I was in the short list of people who were, but for me that instead of that, it was more like, maybe it's time for me to create something I want to do.
That's how you came up with LMN.
That's how I came up with that. I was like, I'd rather do this with my time because you look cool on TV for real. It's great, but the reality of the actual gig, where the implications that you are making small talk in Ladysmith with a guy who can't sing on a Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
That's the reality of the gig. You sit in and then you're like, "Hey man," and then you're talking to his mom. I'm like, I don't want to talk to this shit. I'd rather talk to Gwena Mantashe. Does that make sense?
It makes sense because Kenthan at the time, he was a manager of Y at some point, and he gave Trevor Noah an ultimatum whether he would like to continue doing this morning show that he's always late for and sometimes he's missing because he's got comedy gigs.
Yes.
Or he's going to continue this comedy thing of his.
Yeah.
And then he was like, fuck it. I'm going to take my comedy route. And that's how he got out of YFM. And imagine if he had decided, no, please don't fire me. Let me take my radio gig. Probably he wouldn't be where he is today. You never know.
Yes.
But then he went on to do Real Kopoza, and then the Mnet thing happened, and that huge campaign with Celsi, and then he was out. And when I hear the story, I obviously don't know the actual story, but a lot of the chunk of money that he made at the time goes back to our conversation. LA invested it in going to do small clubs overseas to build a career and a name for himself, and finding an agent and eventually blowing up overseas. Because it's a big investment. It's not cheap, bro. It's not only just the money that you're missing here at home.
The money you're putting out.
To live overseas is not cheap.
Oh, to live in London is not cheap at all.
London, is it worse than New York?
Same, about the same.
Same, ne?
Yeah, it's the same. It's on par. I mean, yeah, London is London's crazy.
Small apartment, bro, in South African rands, you find that you're paying about 100,000 rands
Clean.
a month.
Clean.
Like flipping one small bachelor bedroom, bro.
Yeah.
Now imagine you have to do that for month after month after month. Where is that money coming from? Because you're not making money yet.
Yeah, I know. London is crazy. London is but it's my favorite. It's become my favorite city in the world.
Do you still go just for fun, Jay?
No,
you're not gigging?
Yeah, I mean, I've got like a lot of friends there that I hold dearly to my heart, and I want to see them as often as possible. So if sometimes every once in a while, but mostly just to gig. And it's crazy. I mean, yesterday I was talking to you and I was saying like, I'll sell out like a show in London, like in 2 months, like. So like I'm about to open a show for London in April, and it's for September, and I can tell you by June that show will be sold out.
2-3 months before, bro.
Young told and then I could have South Africa will sell out like an hour before. Dude, it's such a weird culture. It's like no one buys tickets in advance. People do buy tickets in advance. But there's certain people they just don't buy tickets in advance for. I don't, and I'm not one of them. I do like at the last hour you'll maybe sell out. Or
you got a show tonight.
I got a show tonight. Yeah.
When did a chunk of your ticket sales happen?
Maybe the last 3 days.
Serious, bro.
Today I'm gonna sell a ton of tickets. I know for sure. But
it's the last day.
Because it's the last day. But dude, I'm telling you, like maybe like 80% of the tickets are going to be sold in the last 3 days, which is crazy. And I don't know what it is. I don't consume tickets like that.
I think it's South African. It's the culture here.
It's the culture.
We're last-minute people.
It's a weird one.
But AMA 2000, they're a different generation. They buy things online. They're not like us, that crowd that still stands at the gate, long queues, buying tickets at the door.
Please don't ask me in this particular case. No. I'm an online guy. I don't wanna queue for. I just wanna get there, scan the thing, get in. But concerts, like for me now, I'm like, they have to be so particular. It has to be a theater, because the people that come to my show are like, the effort to be there is so much that you have to.
Plan it.
Yeah, the parking has to. You know what I mean? Like. When you're 20, those YFM parties at Carfax, remember,
yeah.
And you just like, the parking is dicey. If you're not early enough, now you're parked under the bridge. You can do that when you're 21. But if your audience who are buying your tickets are like over 35 and they're on dates and whatever, you have to think of all the things that, they have to be parked. They have to, the guy's probably driving like a 3 Series. So you don't want him to...
Just park anywhere.
No, because he's also so you gotta think for him. You're like, okay, no, make sure that brew is good. He's probably on a date, like you coming with it.
Yeah, I'm coming with my Mary, I'm sure.
And you want her to be comfortable, so I gotta make her. You know what I mean? So all those things. So now it's like in terms of venue, I'll fly to a city and look at the venue, even touch the things and be like, where are the people gonna park? Oh, they're okay, cool, let's go. Just so that, the experience for the people is good. Who's calling you?
This other partner of mine. It's going to be rude for me to answer it. I'll call him back. But what I wanted to know was, so how many seats are you doing tonight?
Tonight,
300, 500?
No, 1,000.
1,000, bro?
Yeah, 1,000 seats. I think we're sitting on 600 now.
Okay.
Nice. I mean, we still have
But you're going to be sold out today, yeah.
We should be, but it's
Well, you know how duckies are.
Ah, my God. But it is what it is.
After the show tonight, what are you doing? Are you doing a tour?
I'm going to go home, bro. After the show.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, tonight. I'm like, dude, I'm 40. What do you want me to do after the show, bro?
I don't club anymore. Do you still club?
No,
I don't.
I'll probably go. I think I'm going to go watch Do Me at the basement.
Okay.
Untitled basement, and then go home because that's around the corner.
Is Do Me on tonight?
They're on tonight.
So after
when is this show coming out?
No, this show is going to come out in about 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so your show would have passed already.
Yeah,
but I'm saying is Do Me on after your show tonight.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to get there. I think they started around 9, And if I can get there by 10, I'll catch a bit of
Thina
Questa.
siza kuwe wena ujahela ukuya ku later on. Ufuna uqeda iset.
I got a life too.
So Dumi's on at 9. So how long is your
My
set?
show starts at latest 8:15. I should be done by like 9:45.
Okay, an hour and a half set.
Yeah,
90 minutes. That's nice. That's decent.
So if I start at 8, I'll be out of there by 9:30, and then I'll probably be able to only leave the venue at 1:45, and I'll get there at 10:15. These are all like if everything goes well.
Goes according to plan.
Yeah. I want to see. He's got a very good. I think it's called Barfest. That show that Dumi does, and I just want to see it. I want to see Questa. I haven't seen. I actually had a chance to see Questa at Speedstars Hip Hop Floor, and then I had to leave like halfway through his performance.
I think I'll go. So after your show,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, No,
yeah,
man. I like live performance, especially if the venue's good. I'm like, oh man, I'm definitely coming to check this thing out.
And any more shows? Durban, Cape Town.
I'm gonna go to Durban, 25 April until the 2nd of May. I haven't dropped tickets. I'm gonna drop tickets this afternoon, and then I might do South. I don't know. I'm also just planning as I go, and then I think I'm gonna do London and maybe I don't know, man. I don't know. But if you follow me on my gram, then I'll on Instagram, I'll let you know where I am. I think that's the best way. I should put it on the website, bro.
But you would, bro. Cape Town.
I do Cape Town in December, mostly, yeah.
Okay.
Because I also get to be home, Mangshange played
Yeah,
at the crib, and then I just I do Cape Town. But yeah, I do like a 6-week show there every day. No, Cape Town, like from about mid-December to like late Jan.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Different venues.
No. One, it's like a run. You know, like how people go watch Lion King.
Yeah.
But like stand up.
Okay.
Every day you come. I like it because it creates a routine in my life. My life I don't have a routine in that way.
So when you've got a show like that, then what do you do with your jokes?
I do the same show every night.
You do the same jokes?
Every night, yeah. Do you think Lion King changes every night?
So
No.
do you allow people then to come in with their phones? Because then some of those jokes will be on the internet.
No, you're not allowed to record, man.
Okay.
Yeah. You too adaptive. Me, I'm still like, no, motherfucker, you can't record. You like, you record all this shit.
Hey, bro.
You're like, I remember you're in an NFT phase.
Yeah.
NFTs, someone explained it once and I said, whoever's into this is crazy. I knew from the beginning this is not a real fucking thing. Like I was like, I heard one explanation and this thing exists where? Shut the fuck up. This doesn't make sense. What are you talking about? Shut up.
It does, man.
Is it still happening?
Yeah, I still buy Bitcoin.
No, Bitcoin's a different
on
thing.
NFTs, I'm not as heavy as I used to be.
Yeah, because it's not
a lot of people did a lot of rug pulls, so it messed it up,
No. The
people
idea didn't have merit.
No, it does.
NFT?
Yes, it does.
All right.
Maybe not for now, but for the future, bro.
No. I'm still not sold on NFT.
I understand.
Bitcoin, I get it. I don't understand Bitcoin. But I also don't understand the global financial system as well. So to me, I'm like, these are whatever. I don't, none of these things make sense.
Bitcoin you have to buy, bro. It's real estate.
I hear that. It will be a good financial decisions, but none of it makes sense. And
I get
for
you.
me, it's like, like the people who are, think of like, my brain goes to very, very simple. Like, I'm like, what do you mean your money's
Somewhere up again.
No. What do you mean I have to pay 19 Rand to get a pound? That for me is still like, what are you talking about? Aren't the value? So I don't understand the monetary system of the world. There are principles of it. They'll tell you, oh, this is what this means. But if I really apply my brain, and my brain is of a 12-year-old, which is like a functioning brain, you go, yeah, but why? But why? then none of this shit makes sense. But we're in it, and we function in it, and we try to buy Bitcoin, and we invest, and we that, and that. But none of this shit makes sense.
Any specials?
I'm going to tape. Actually, I'm going to tape, but I haven't. I am taping.
Are you taping tonight?
Not tonight, no.
Tonight you're not taping, bro.
No, I'm not taping tonight. I'm taping next month, actually.
Sure, that's
But I'm gonna give it I'm gonna open it to. So I've got a database of people who've been buying tickets.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna allow them to come.
Okay.
At a code. I don't even want them to pay really. I just want them to come because they've supported me in the last couple of years, and I just want them to see me tape this thing. So I haven't decided how I'm gonna roll it out, but I will. I think I'll just send all. I won't announce the tickets, but I will email everyone to come.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Joburg?
Definitely Joburg. There's no yeah. I've been wanting to tape in Joburg for a while. I think I'm gonna tape it in Joburg Theatre on the Square. It's like a beautiful 200, 300 seater that I usually play in, and I love that room. And I just wanna say thanks to the fans in a way.
Yeah.
That's my sort of thank you to the fans.
What's the biggest audience you've done?
Biggest audience in terms of like probably Royal Albert Hall. How many people? Numbers wise?
Yeah.
Probably Apollo's like what? Apollo's like 6,000. It's between Royal Albert Hall and Apollo because Apollo is, I don't know the numbers. Jeez, I don't remember the numbers. Between 8,000 and Royal Albert Hall is what? 8,000 people. Are you Googling the thing?
That's Apollo, right? Yeah.
That's 4,000.
Yeah, I'm Googling it.
4,000 Apollo, Hammersmith Apollo.
Which one? Sorry.
Hammersmith Apollo.
Hammersmith, no?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
They'll say like maybe it'll be like 4,000 or 5,000. But I did play a full. I think it was a TS party actually. At I think it was like Freedom Day, like
5,000.
Yeah, like 5,000.
Jesus.
And
how long was your set?
Probably 20 minutes.
Okay. 5,000, bro. But what to go, boy? AUK.
No, I when in that was Sabamanga. Which is a real thing. People don't really talk about, but I'm just like, I was raised not to be scared of Ngam. Ngam has to address you with respect.
Those lads as
it's like, no. You people need to chill. But
it's almost 6,000.
Yeah, so that's like a very, but I don't think of it like that. I don't think it like that. I don't think of numbers like that. I don't think like 8,000. But I want to, if I could do a solo show at Royal Albert Hall, that's where I want to.
Yeah.
I like those beautiful theaters, man. I really do. I really like where they watch orchestras and where they used to watch Sinatra, that kind of vibes. And I'm like, God, this is where I just want to do stand up. So the big venues are cool, but some of them the experience, every time I've gone to watch like maybe a 10,000 seater show, I remember watching Chris Rock at the O2 like 2 years ago, and I was like, I'm enjoying that, but I'm not enjoying this experience of being here. So I always think like that. Like even like I don't have opening acts because I don't like opening acts.
Why not?
Because when I'm there, I'm like, your name is not on this ticket. Can you not be here? Because it's a time thing. Now I'm waiting for the person I came to see. You know what I mean? Yeah. And this thing is so crazy to me that even when someone was like, yo, there was a big act in the UK and my agent was like, do you want to open for this guy? And then I'm like, no. And it had to do with the fact that I personally don't like, and I sort of projected that into my career. I was like, but I should have just opened for them. But I was like, people don't like opening acts. Where it's not that, I don't like opening acts. I don't like going to a thing and then watching a thing I didn't pay for. It's like I don't even watch like the trailers before the movie. I'm like, I don't even like the opening ceremony of the Champions League. Ken just don't shake
Can we
hands.
just get
We know-
straight to the point?
do the thing, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think that's, we all know why we're here, why we're singing this song. Who cares? Just play. So that's my vibe, and that's why I don't have opening acts.
And have you done anything with Ulazola, your brother?
Yeah. My brother used to be on those Pure Monate sketches.
Was he on Piombonate?
Yeah, because during
back
the
then?
holidays, he was you would have never seen him because he looks different. He's literally was maybe 13.
Yeah.
Because if I'm 19, I'm 5 years older than him. He's probably 14 years old in the background, picking up a rock in the sketch. But he was in that environment because he'd come visit me during the holidays and he'd just hang out and he'd be on set with me. So we've worked even when we were younger. And we used to write together, he used to write some of my stuff. So we've always collaborated. And he was one of the writers on Late Night News at some point. So we've always sort of worked together. I mean, I want to do way more work, but he's in Cape Town and he's like a commercial director now. Okay. And I'm, but I do believe somewhere, somehow we will work together on something very cool.
Nice, man. It's good to see you, bro.
Always.
Thank you for waking up in the morning for me on the radio show. That was a dope interview.
I really did enjoy it. I think there is. Also, you guys mustn't underestimate the energy you bring to people as well.
Nah.
Because that was a good vibe. I think that with sometimes it's knowing the format of the radio, like the morning slot. Because there you get to talk for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
do you know what I mean? The slots where we can go on forever, but a lot of things. Yeah. But there you have to be where are we going? No.
Yeah,
let's wrap this up. And I've done those interviews so much that I know how to approach them. It's it's moments, it's these beautiful moments. And also you've interviewed me many times.
Yeah.
So there is we're not starting from scratch.
Yeah. No, I get you. There's a bit of a rapport.
Yeah, there is a bit of a rapport. And it's when I see you on the street, it's live. It's not and also we you are not too self-aware. You know what I mean? There's personalities where their whole demeanor is, I need to come across a specific way all the time. And you're like, oh, no. So, I think also the audience understands that some environments might not facilitate that, and you just have to go that where I think you and I are let's try meet our energies halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm super empathetic to young famous people. I'm empathetic. I'm
hey,
you have no fucking idea what you just got yourself into.
Yo, bro. This thing. And the thing is, you can say whatever you can say as some form of advice, né? But they won't get it.
You won't get it.
They'll only get it as they walk this journey by themselves.
Yeah, it's and it's got nothing to do with it's just how people view you, how you view yourself, or how you are. Yeah, it's a lot. Even dating a dude who's famous is crazy.
Yo,
don't do that thing,
bro.
Imagine, Doc. Think about it this way: you dating a Hans who dated Drake or whatever. Now you break up with him. The guy's been in the charts for 15 years.
Bro.
Now you can't get over the bruise.
Joe, wherever you go,
the bruise has been in the charts for 15 years. You're trying to get on with your life, now he's there. You're
bro.
Yeah, brother. You should have just dated a plumber.
Kids?
I don't have any kids.
No, I'm saying, don't you want any kids?
I'll probably have kids.
Okay, at some point.
I should be soon. But you have to, that decision is a big one.
It also locks you down. Unless you want to travel with them,
Yeah. You can also just abandon them.
Deadbeat.
Can also be
fathers don't abandon your kids.
Your mom has two hands, doesn't she? No, I would never do that. But I would figure a way. But I think that kids are but I also There's gonna be a cutoff time though, where I'm like, if I don't have them by Thursday, it's done. Like,
No, you still have a long time. You're a dude, man. If you're a sister, of course, there's a cutoff time. But as a guy, it's up to you, man.
Yeah. But also, you don't want. Yeah, but I'll figure it out. I think like I'll have kids at some point. I do. It's just such a big decision.
You think so?
It's a huge decision, and
Even at 40, bro.
No, not the responsibility of the kids, but the person that
You
will
make
have-
the kids with,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I get you.
Such a big gig that
Yeah. Hey, bro.
it's a big gig.
And
That
I think
one-
the longer you let it go, the more difficult it becomes.
Tell me why?
I guess because you're getting older, you're accumulating all these blessings, finances, and also as much as you've got an option in the dating market, but you are you, bro. You're not an ordinary guy. So whoever you're gonna make kids with, you have to be selective with the sister, right?
Yeah. Oh, brother. The kids are watching.
Stop saying that. We will throw it in you with Donald Trump. 8.
Yeah. So actually, I want to have. I definitely do.
Okay.
It just has to make sense. It has to make sense because it's such a big decision. It's a huge decision for me. And I'll do it proper though. I will do the
Marriage.
Yeah. That's sort of my goal, but we'll see.
Okay.
I wanna ABC it
Okay.
in that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
It's been dope knowing you, bro. We grew up together in this game. I'm proud of you. I love you.
Thank you.
And thank you for being you, man.
Thank
One of the
you.
most coolest brothers I've ever known in this industry. Continue being that way, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Do your thing. You I wouldn't be surprised if in like the next 15 years you are selling plants. They're selling plants.
Right now I'm selling kotas.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna hook you up with a nice what do they call them? Apron, right?
Oh, I actually need
Zake's
an apron.
There, when you're cooking there in your
You know
kitchen.
what the issue with this is gonna be?
Yeah, your height.
Yeah.
Yeah, you give
It's Izobala.
give it to your lady there. And then here's
Oh, dude.
oh dude. And there's a street cred. There's a Zake's kitchen t-shirt. Thank you, bro.
I bet, man. Thank you so much. This chair is chucking in the way.
Loyiso GOLA, please give us some last words to the peeps out there, man. The younger Loyiso GOLAs and the young DJ Smooths out there, bro.
You have enough to figure it out. Stop asking for advice. Just finish your 2025 to-do list.
That's it.
Yeah, because a lot of people, because motherfuckers be like, oh, yeah, advice. Then if you go to their to-do list of 2025, they haven't done one thing that they said they're going to do. It's not you. People think the power to do stuff is external. You have the power to do stuff. People have to find it within themselves constantly to do all these things, but you can't always be seeking outside of yourself. That's, you the change you want.
Yeah.
And I mean that even when I'm talking about governments and that kind of thing. What change do you want? Operate that change. Boom. That's the only advice. So don't ask me for advice because my advice is from 2002, bro. I should be asking you for advice about what's happening in 2025. So don't undervalue your life experience. You have what it takes to do the thing. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
I get you.
It's not external. It's in you. You have everything you need. You just need to operate. You just unlock it and operate. That's the only advice I give because that advice allows you to conquer anything. Relationship, business, da-da-da. The other one is very specific. And then how do I go register business and complete your to-do list? All right. That's it, kids. Yeah. And just take the morning after pill as well.
I see you tonight. I don't know how many morning afters we'll take it tomorrow after his show. We'll see you guys on the next video.